Peace, everybody. I am the Black Moon. I asked the ancestors yesterday to give me a good topic to speak on. And the card that came up was the death card. So I was like, I really don't want to talk about that. So I didn't talk about it. So today, I go to the ancestors again and I say, give me a good topic to communicate about. And the death card came up again. So I figure in this case that I can't get away from it, that maybe I have some information that I need to share that someone out there can use and can apply to their current circumstances. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. We're going to talk about death. And death is such a cold word. It is one of the most misunderstood words, the most undefined word. Death to me is like love. You know, love is something that is undefined, that is described by different people as different things. Everyone sees it as something different. Everyone experiences it as something different. And that kind of reminds me of death. And the reason being that you can experience love and death on so many different levels is because there are so many different levels to love. There are so many different levels to death. We experience death on a daily basis, whether it's in tiny little doses or whether it's in large quantities where we're actually losing a physical body. We experience death on a daily basis on so many different ways. When you forget something, that's a death. When you stump your toe, that's a death. Anything that involves any type of pain or sorrow, it's a death. When we lose something and we're upset, it is a death. We are experiencing death. And death is nothing more than transformation. And if you look up transformation basically means that you're going through a change. And the reason why death should not be considered something as horrific or bad is because once you complete that cycle and you go through that change, you enter into a period of what is called new life. So you've been given new life. You've been placed on a different path in your cycle that's going to bring you joy, happiness, gaiety, pleasure. So death is another word for death in transformation is maturation, maturity. It represents growth. We cannot get to the next stage on our path within existence without first going through a transformation, which means that we're having to die off to something. We're having to change the way that we're looking at something. We're having to change the way that we respond to things. It doesn't mean that we stop completely. What it means is that we approach it differently now. We approach it in a more mature way. For instance, like sex. I mean, if you're young between the age of 25 and 39, I mean, sex is something that you probably think about every single day. But you're going to find that when you reach a certain age, and if you're transforming, that you're going to stop looking at sex the same way. You're not going to look at it as the same way anymore. You're going to reach a point in consciousness and your existence where you're no longer controlled by sex or outer appearances or anything like that. But what you do is you actually control sex and you control outer appearances and things of that nature for your benefit. For your benefit. So that's basically what I'm saying. You're wanting to change your diet. It doesn't mean that you have to stop eating sugar, that you have to stop eating meat, that you have to stop eating certain things. What it means is that you're going to have to change the way that you're eating these things. You're going to have to find a way to create a balance. Once you create a balance, you can find that you can eat whatever it is that you want to eat. You understand? It's all about balance. Everything is all about balance. So a lot of times when you bring up the subject of death, and especially when it comes up in tarot, people just freak out. They just freak out. They're like, oh God, I'm going to die. Yes, you are going to die. You are going to die. An aspect of you is going to die. And I know a lot of brothers and sisters out there today are going through transformations. A lot of us do not understand what is going on. We're losing. We're sorrowful. We're losing people. We're losing jobs. We're losing homes. We're losing children. We're losing spouses. We're losing money. We're losing investments. We're losing a lot of things because what's happening is that the earth itself is going through a transformation. So everything that is connected to it will also go through a transformation. And that's basically what's happening. The food is going to transform. Our behaviors are going to transform. The way that we look, the way that we respond, and so on and so forth. Everything must go through a transformation. And it helps when you come to understand what's going on, because then you have some form of control over it. You understand? Not to get upset because you say, okay, I know we're going through a transformation. Let me go ahead and relax and just let things happen. You understand? Because I know once everything has been said and done, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. The old knowledge is going to be replaced with new knowledge. Technical things are going to be replaced with spiritual things, so on and so forth. So I just wanted to do this video, and I'm hoping that the ancestors are pleased. And I want to touch a little bit on death and transformation just to let you guys know what's really going on. There's so many words that I can share on this topic, but with so little time and so little space on my phone, I can only go but so far. So if you guys have any questions, please, by all means, list them in the comment section. Also, if you have anything that you want me to read on in general, if you have personal readings, personal requests, inbox me. But if you have anything general that you'd like for me to read on, by all means, list it in the comment section. And we will definitely get to it in the future. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Peace. The Black Moon.